Tonight on Poker After Dark.
Beast, what would you do?
Raise.
Right?
The final three play on to determine a champion.
All in?
And with the busted players looking on intently,
Oh my gosh, what did I miss?
Phil Hellmuth makes sure to put on a show.
Oh my God. Oh! No one is rooting for me in this room.
Welcome to Poker After Dark for the final night of our special All-Star Sit and Go event from inside the Poker Go studio. I'm Ali Najad in the booth with Jeff Platt on the floor, and at the table we've got three players with chips. Phil Hellmuth, Alexandra Botez, and Senator Ted Cruz, and three players looking on for fun. That's Mr. Beast, Clay Travis, and Graham Steffen. As we rejoin the game, action is on Botez in the small blind.
He's a fan of yours, big fan of yours.
Well, awesome. Tell him thank you.
Yep. And
I'm sorry. There we go. 30,000.
I'll tell you, Ted, what I liked.
King
You
three
know,
for
you look
Botez.
at. I'm in the middle politically.
Picks off
So-
Phil's big.
When I looked at both sides, I was like, what I look for is reasonable.
Yeah.
And you were reasonable. I was like, I like this guy.
Thank you.
A long time ago.
You're buttering
That's it.
him up.
No more compliments.
He's like,
Well,
look at
He
us
really wants me to call that all in.
Here comes
Save
the.
Very
For the
reasonable.
end.
It's reasonable to push all my chips in the middle.
Yeah, but you won't do that because you're reasonable. You won't do it with nothing. I'll make it a call. This was a hand that everybody else would raise with. So.
Beast would all in it, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah, Beast would already be all in check.
Yeah.
and it would have worked this time.
Your favorite.
Yeah,
I
this
actually
was-
played a 6-9 hand the other day because
12?
Yeah.
I just remembered it, and I
Did you
ended up
win?
winning a really big pot
Ace
against
high.
something. And it was so funny.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it. I was playing with Reed, and I beat him
Okay.
with that as well, all in
Yeah.
with 6-9, and he thought it was so dumb.
Okay, 5-10 blinds.
Oh my God.
I mean, you can tell there's an intensity, right? Like
A little
they're both kind of laughing and joking, but they're both just a little bit nervous, and they're both evaluating. They're both trying their hardest, which you can clearly see.
Of course.
Right, and I always try my hardest. So
I
three
know.
people that are always
It
trying
burnt
their
me.
hardest.
All right, Alexander, I'll tell you the most fun I've had playing chess,
Please.
Ooh, I want to hear that.
which is college.
Did you what did you call her?
Alexandra.
Yeah.
I have
Chess
another
girl.
name.
Chess girl.
Chess girl. Okay, go ahead.
I've got two daughters. The grief I would get for chess girl, I'm not willing to.
Well, I mean, she calls me Poker Boy, to be fair.
You started it.
That's more of an inner rivalry.
Yeah, all right. I won't try to pull Ted in. Ted's a little too
So what
smart.
was the story?
So summer between sophomore and junior year, I go with some friends of mine to college to Japan. And we spent about a month in Japan teaching debate,
Okay, that's cool.
which was really cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
But one night we went to Mount Fuji and climbed Mount Fuji all night, which is spectacular. If you ever get a chance to do it, you leave about 8, 9 o'clock at night, you climb all night in the dark, and then you see the sunrise from the top.
Really?
Well, that sounds fun.
And a buddy of mine from school had,
So it takes like 7, 8 hours
yeah,
to
it
climb.
takes all night, and you climb through the clouds, and you're above the clouds when you
Wow.
see the
Oh my
sunrise.
God.
And so a buddy of mine who was in school was had been the New Jersey State High School chess champion. And so at the top, we played 27 consecutive games of chess at the top of Mount Fuji.
Waiting for the sun to come up.
Yeah, it was just kind of, and he beat me 27 times.
Okay.
But what was fun is he would beat me, and then he'd set the table back up, and he'd run through the game and said, okay, you moved here, I moved here, you moved here, I moved here, you moved here, I moved here, you moved here.
With perfect
That was
recall?
a mistake. You shouldn't do that because you did this. And it was the coolest, educational, on top of a mountain. It was the most fun I've ever had losing 27 times in a row.
That is the coolest place I've ever heard people play chess.
Yeah, oh my God.
Maybe there's better things to do.
No, it's just cool anyway. I mean,
Yeah, it's cool regardless.
Ted dropped in the and then we went above the clouds.
Yeah.
He had us. He
Yeah.
already had us, but we were like,
Shame
whoa.
it went down before
10.
YouTube was around. Ted could have monetized the hell out of that content. Poker After Dark is brought to you by Roman. Simple, straightforward, the way healthcare should be. Visit GetRoman.com to learn more. Manscaped. Don't gamble with your grooming tools. Visit Manscaped.com today for the best in men's grooming. And Poker Go. Get in the game at PokerGo.com.
Where's an amazing place you've heard people play chess?
I played in Times Square recently. Got a table there. It was really cool.
How many people did you play against?
I don't remember.
I mean, it was like anybody who wanted to come up and play
Yeah,
against you?
yeah.
Take all challengers?
Exactly.
Have you done this like simultaneous play multiple
I have
people?
done that before, yeah.
And how hard is that?
It's only hard if you're standing for like 6-7 hours because you just start getting physically tired by the end.
Have you done a video on it?
I haven't yet. I'm
Yeah, if you
planning.
did a video titled,
would you
I
title it?
beat 10
Right?
people in chess at the same time, I guarantee that would get 10 million views. How would that not?
Okay.
I don't know if you can do that, but that
I don't know.
would.
I definitely can.
Then, yeah. Dude, who wouldn't click on that?
Right.
Well,
Yeah,
why
I mean,
stop
like,
at 10?
I find it interesting. Ted says he's not a YouTube guy, but he's seen something on me on YouTube, something on you on YouTube.
Top
and
set,
something on
no
you.
waiting for Botez, and the Senator's got a piece here. This could be
Probably got a
trouble.
good staff.
As he limp
Yeah.
called
How many people work for you?
the 20K raise, and now he is
70.
reaching for
Okay.
chips.
So I've got about half of them in DC, about half in Texas.
25,000.
All in?
All in.
Oh, snap.
I'm gonna keep
Snap.
You're gonna call one of these days.
Ooh, with a little talk at the end there.
Botez trying to induce a payoff.
How much do you have there?
Let's see. It's gonna take me a while to count. Okay, 20. Maybe. How do you count all of them? What would you
That's all right.
estimate?
That's right. Just show me how many blues.
Yeah, sorry. These are
Yeah,
my
he can-
blues.
60,000 the blue.
68, about 100,000, 105,000 maybe. 80 more.
106 to be exact. Cruz has 214 back.
Beast, what would you do?
Raise.
Right?
I would still find a way.
All right. I think I'm losing, but I'm gonna call you anyway.
Let's go.
Whoa, flip him up.
Thank you.
Flip him up. Oh my God.
Losing is an understatement in this
okay.
spot.
Trap.
Queens is worse.
What a trap.
Nice hand.
Just a small raise before the flop.
it.
Very clever. Chess
Running
player.
jacks are the only
player.
path to
Poker
victory.
Chess girl. I said chess player.
Well, let's see. Anything could happen. Maybe.
There are some
Not much.
chop outs.
Not much
you
could
need
happen
a
here.
jack.
No,
or-
Jackie still loses.
Oh yeah, true.
Jack
true,
7
True.
or Jack.
You know, he basically needs a 10 and an 8 for a tie.
Yep.
Jack.
Right? Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
there's
So
the
now we have
10.
some ties. An 8 or a king for a tie,
Yep.
which would be really unlucky
That
for you.
would be crazy.
And
Chop sounds good.
Really
Glimmer of hope. And
You just chop it down.
don't
Can we just
say.
agree to chop it?
Can we
the
just put
Senator
the
would be all
imaginary
too
king of
happy to go
diamonds on the river?
sharesies here.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm nervous.
All right.
Not going to happen, though, in a 262K pot.
What a hand.
Right hand.
Heads toward Botez.
Nice hand.
Thank you.
See, I was very clever only raising 10 before the flop. Very tricky.
Slow. I also limped king with you, but and then I went too far with the 20.
Yeah, I dodged that one. I can dodge bullets, babe. Oh,
You really did.
While we finish the accounting, let us take a look at the chip counts. Brought to you by GG Poker. Helmuth all alone up top with 480,000. With the blinds at 5 and 10, that's 48 bigs. 26 bigs for Botez, who just doubled through the Senator. And Cruz has just 13 big blinds.
sometimes
Needs to get something
people are a
going.
little quiet and they're not as much fun to, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, this freaking girl over here, all she does is tease me.
Oh.
It's fun. All he does is bluff me. But I
And
fold.
gets away with it.
All right, Phil, here's a story I've heard. I should have asked Doyle while he was here because it's a story about him, but maybe you know if it's true or not. So the story goes that Doyle was at the Bellagio with Bill Gates. And
Oh, gosh.
And that Bill Gates says, hey, Doyle, how about you come down here and we play 1,000, 2,000 Hold'em? And the story goes that, or Doyle says that to Gates, hey, Bill, come up here and play 1,000, 2,000 Hold'em. And the story is that Gates responds, "Hey Doyle, why don't you come down here and play 1 billion, 2 billion?"
Yeah, that was about how it went.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
is that a
And
real?
did he do it?
It's too. I've told that story 100 times, so it's too good
It's
not
true.
to be true.
You know,
Oh my
I mean,
God.
Doyle's messing. You know, the point is you don't high roll Bill Gates, right? So I mean, you can't call him out and he'll be like, "You called me out for this much money, and I'm going to call you out for this much money."
Great.
Bill Gates used to play $3, $6 limit hold'em at the Mirage
Thank you.
many, many years ago.
Man, that's insane.
And the story there
There's
was,
some, like-
what difference does it
Poker
make how
has
big
so
or small
many
he plays?
Stories and such an
Yeah.
overlap between actual poker pros and just celebrities, you know.
I mean, yeah, literally, there's a game in LA, the best artist in the world,
Mm-hmm.
the best comedian in the world, the best and it's just like
Interesting.
the
I'm
energy
not
is so
there.
good. I'm invited to that game, but I don't always fly to LA to play it. But it's just fun. It's
What's the buy-ins?
that game may be combined for 20,000.
So is it just like not worth your time to fly down there and play it?
Actually, they played the last time I played in that game, and I haven't mentioned any names. Guys, I didn't mention your names. The last time I played in the game, they said, "Hey, we're going to play this like 200, 400 blind game, 20K buy-in." And I flew in, and it turned out it was like 6 times that big.
Nice.
And I kind of wasn't that comfortable at that level. I was like,
Yeah.
you know,
How
I
many
just
people?
don't. I don't win. I don't like winning and losing 500,000 in a night.
Interesting.
But a lot of people do.
See, you've got me intrigued when you say the best comedian in the world. I don't want you to identify him, but I'm sort of running through like.
Yeah.
Check, check.
That is a highly subjective title to assign to a comedian. Botez
Check.
binks
I
a
mean-
3 on the river.
I just don't think I can bluff her. I'll check.
Okay.
Jack high.
I have 1, 3.
Oh my God, Oh!
Wow.
What is she? Oh my. Okay, that might be like, normally I might give like a tirade.
I want to see you rage. Come on,
Oh my
poker
God.
boy.
Oh, nice, nice.
She's going about it the right way after firing 15,000 with dust on the flop and getting there on the end. As Helmuth
dang it.
peeled with the gutter ball.
My fault, I
was
should have
a-
just bet the turn.
Should have.
Yeah. You took your one swipe at bluffing. I called you and then you gave up, which was reasonable.
Yeah.
And then you hit a 3.
That's exactly what happened. That's a very good analysis of it.
You do that to me again, I'm gonna start raging.
Scaring me, but not that scared.
I think you'd prefer the rage.
Yeah, I would like to see the rage. I think
32.
32.
32? Oh, yeah.
I just want to be in one of those compilations on YouTube.
32.
It'd be funny. It's just a montage of you raging and one of them just in the background. That'd be funny.
Or the guy, or the younger generation, the first time I realized it, when I was going off
Hands up.
and they were smiling. And I was like, this is not the intended consequence, but I felt really good about it. So I'm raging and they're like, yes, Phil's raging at me, I'm in the club. And I was like, this is messed up. But it was also, I appreciate it because I'd rather, if I'm gonna rage, I'd rather have somebody laugh at me
Yeah. They can
than
get
have it
mad.
affect them. Yeah,
Also,
yeah.
it's a
40,000.
big one.
Here we go.
Cruz with the deuces.
The U.S. Senate versus the Chess Federation.
Defended as big here at the 8 and 16,000 blind level. And on the 7-4 tray board.
I just
Comes
don't
out
understand
swinging.
what hand could have been so good for him to play before that he would raise with 3, 4, 7, unless he has 2 clubs. Or
That's a nice analytical mind right there. Right.
Here, hold on a second. Let me assist in this process.
oh no.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, there you go.
Oh!
It's harder for me to read now. Yeah.
Well done, well done. We already said you have a good poker face.
You need the headphones now.
I need a hoodie.
The hat. Yes.
I don't know why I didn't bring a hoodie. I think because my girls would laugh at me if I showed up in a hoodie.
Well,
Nice.
one of us.
That was
worked.
nice.
Nice bet.
That was nice.
If you had 2 clubs, you should
It
show
worked.
it.
I hope he had 2 clubs.
You know, as they say, I'm not dead yet.
No,
Only
no,
mostly dead. I'm in
Where's
a lot
that?
of pain here.
And the U.S. Senate wins again.
Yes. Yes.
Some versatility behind those Ray-Bans. It's a cross between Poker Pro and Country
16
Club
right.
Cocktail Hour. Welcome back to Poker After Dark, where Jeff Platt spoke with Senator Ted Cruz earlier, talking about whom he'd like to play cards with.
We clearly have a great lineup in store today. But what, Senator, is your dream lineup? If it could be you and 5 other players, they don't have to be poker players. They could be, what 5 would you pick?
You know, I don't know who would be interesting to play with. You know, Reagan would be interesting to see around a poker table. Although actually, among presidents, the one who was probably the best poker player was Richard Nixon. So Nixon apparently, when he was in the Navy, like made real money and helped pay his way through law school playing poker. So you can kind of see Tricky Dick as sort of a scowling, you know, you don't imagine him as a chatterbox and, and a real friendly player, but you could imagine him being pretty tough. You know who'd be fun to play poker with? He's passed away since, but Robin Williams.
Sure.
And I have no idea if he could play cards or not. And living, you know who I'd throw out there is Billy Crystal. You know, kind of a similar talent to Robin Williams of just funny and interesting, and that'd be a lot of fun.
But not the land.
Got you.
Yeah, little ugly.
Play it.
Something's gonna happen eventually.
Call. Check. Hands up.
King
I mean,
8-4 Rainbow
If you
in
and
the
I
limp
play
pot.
heads up, I wonder how fast this. You're gonna be all in on like the 5th hand, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Like I call.
Let's do it. What? Hey, give me 1 buy-in though, so I can mess up once, or 2 buy-ins, so I get 2 bullets.
I mean,
I just need enough where my luck can play into it.
but what if you're making a lot more money than me?
32?
Then should I spot you?
What do you mean?
Well,
That's bad.
Botez
Thank you.
checked back the ace in the big after the
just pay
Senator
him
limped,
Bitcoin.
and that's in position on the flop to take it.
but we don't have to. We can play for 1,000. It doesn't matter. I don't care.
Yeah, but then it's not fun.
Yeah, I agree.
But
Okay, you guys are balling over here.
Well, I have a match for 200,000 in about 4 days
There you go.
against
You
Dwan.
Against Dawn.
Use
Oh
me.
my God.
So is it 100?
That's a tough
Is
one.
it 100K each?
Yeah,
What's the most you've ever lost in a day?
536,000.
Nice.
What happened? Why? What? Like?
Okay, so
did
I
you
was
make the right decisions? I mean, like,
I
how
was-
would you assess it post game?
so I was at like the Hotel de Cap. I mean, it's a great story. I was at this hotel in I think it was the Hotel de Cap, and I'm playing Phil Ivey, massive stakes, and things got a little out of control, and I lost 536,000.
Wow.
And so then
Cash game or tournament?
just kind of call it a cash game, just heads up. We're playing a game called Chinese poker. And I was so bummed out. We played all night.
You played all night and continue.
Well, I'm waiting for you to act. I'm studying you.
Studying me.
Study.
64, like chess.
64,000?
Like 64 squares on the board. Yeah, 64,000.
64,000.
Yeah.
That's
I'm putting it in, sorry.
That's a massive bet. I have a pair, but I fold.
Oh. Okay, I'll just keep these.
So then, all right, we're playing, and then I was so bummed out that I called my wife and I said, honey, we just
Let's sell the house.
no. I said, honey, I was so irresponsible to lose 536,000 that before I go to bed, and I'm going to stay on the phone as long as it takes. I want you to write a check for 300,000 to some charities, and pay down the mortgage. So I said, exactly, I'm going to spend exactly $1 million.
Yeah.
And so that's what I did. So I mean, at least for my
What was her reaction?
at least for my Well,
I mean, is she like?
Yeah,
she married a professional poker player.
but
No,
there's-
I mean,
I think
listen.
most married guys think if I go to my wife and I say I lost 500, whatever. I mean,
500
obviously,
grand. Their reaction wouldn't be, "Hey, let's give
yeah,
away
right.
300
Yeah,
grand
yeah.
more."
Oh no, she was not happy.
yeah.
She was but to her, but I was upset enough for both of us. That was a call. So
I don't know about your wife, Tevin, but like when I play blackjack at a table, she stands over. She doesn't like to play herself, but she stands over my shoulder, looks at my cards, and questions every decision. Like so.
Really?
Yeah.
Sounds like my dad when I was playing chess as a kid.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
hovering.
20,000.
20,000.
Yeah. So I mean, like my wife was not thrilled. I mean, it's a big number. But the second half of the story I'm proud of because we gave this money to Doctors Without Borders.
Oh, that's great.
And yeah, and so I was like, and I'll tell you, that was a rough trip. I remember I left in the middle of the night and drove 8 hours to stay with my sister.
Really?
Yeah, I kept picking up kings against aces in the tournaments, and I was just like, what is?
But you didn't
Wow.
question your decision making, like on the play. I mean, like the percentages and everything else just went against you. Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't have been playing that high.
Yeah.
So how's your strategy changed since then?
40,000.
40,000.
My strategy, if I'm going to be playing, like it's just too much money to risk in one day, for anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, not for anybody. If I'm playing with my friends and I lose that money,
Wow.
that's different.
Shove. Okay.
All right, I don't have a choice. I have to call.
You two play it out.
Ace Queen, I have.
All right.
Sorry.
Ace King against Ace Queen as the chips get in the middle.
Get revenge for me.
I thought the way you put in the money, you were strong, but I can't. Even as good as I am, I can't get away from Ace Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That hand kind of played itself.
Yeah.
I love this.
Wait, so what are the odds here?
He's a 2.5 to 1 favorite. Oh my.
Oh.
Brutality here as
I
the
believe.
queen high
I
flop
still
is
believe.
all
Give
Phil
us a
Hellmuth.
10 or a jack, please.
That's brutal.
Just give him a king. It's okay. I mean, he deserves it.
Okay.
This is not fair.
Needs a king
Speaking
and
of
a king
rage
alone, and
against
it
yourself.
definitely
Yeah,
isn't
so
fair.
Everybody at home is puking. You guys are all puking. You're like, we can't let Phil win this pot. Not without
Yeah.
Of course we can.
No, we
Yeah,
can't.
can't. It's not even fair.
All right, give me one of her cowboys. She's had
No,
all
this
that.
one's a
fine.
king.
Yeah.
Man, oh man. Now that
And
was
the river,
That was
not there,
I
and
will
Cruz
say
could
this,
do
though, you
nothing
acquitted
better
yourself
than what he did
perfectly. You got it
there.
in
Yeah.
2.5 to 1 favorite against me, and you didn't deserve to lose that pot.
What a
You
hand.
played beautifully.
Yeah.
It's the name of the game. I guess, can I throw a Hellmuth rage? Can
I would like to.
Let's
All
see
right,
it.
bottle of water.
Now knock
go.
over your chair.
Chair?
Yeah, you got to knock
All
over
right,
your chair.
I've got to do it right. Is it?
Oh.
How's this?
Yeah. That's it.
There we go.
There we go.
Well done.
All right. I'm trying to live up to the
You
legend.
did it. You
He's
did
in
it.
persona.
Oh, that was great.
Good stuff.
That was
All
fine.
right, now I feel like I should.
You deserve to win
tour
that
the last
Ah, look, you
It
get
makes
it
no
in, and
sense
then
for me to be sitting
what
between
happens
the two.
happens.
We'll just slide him over next to each other. So
That
they
was a
sit-
good hand.
All right, I'm gonna move to the other side of the table.
Well, not sure if anyone had Ted Cruz throws a tantrum on their bingo card, but one has to admit, that's a pretty decent Phil Hellmuth impression. Welcome back to Poker After Dark, where we've seen all but two bust out of our sit and go. First it was Mr. Beast, followed by Doyle Brunson. Then it was Clay Travis's turn to go broke, and Graham Stephan finished in 4th place. And just before the break, Ted Cruz was knocked out by Phil Hellmuth, and Jeff Platt is standing by with him now.
Well, Senator, I've spoken before with a steamed up Phil Hellmuth. It's not pretty. Am I speaking with a steamed up Senator Ted Cruz right now?
Oh, I had a blast.
Okay.
This was awesome. I mean, this was a chance to sit down with legends.
Yeah.
I mean, just to be in the same room with Doyle, to be in the same room with Phil. I mean, that's crazy fun. I've watched them on TV for a long, long time, and it was. You and I sat down at the beginning, and I said my goal was I want to win one hand off Phil. I want to win one hand off Doyle, and I managed to do that, so I feel great.
And Phil delivered some really kind words, some nice praise about your game afterwards. What'd that mean to you?
Oh, look, it was. I was very kind. I mean, listen. The guy is amazing. He's got 15 bracelets, and between Phil and Doyle, they got 25. I mean, that's a little insane. But at the end of the day, I got all in, all my chips in, and I was a strong favorite. I went all in on Ace King against Ace Queen. 100 times. You'd do that all 100 times in a row. So At the end of the day, you try to.
Sometimes they get lucky.
He got in with ace king against ace queen. He deserves to win that pot. He deserves to win that pot. And viewers at home that are rooting against me, I apologize.
But you liked
That
his
was
game.
awesome.
Phil, you liked his game.
Yeah, but I wasn't surprised.
Right.
Because you can tell he plays, you can tell he's a Hold'em player. And he had great patience. I mean, really, and then got it in good. When he pushed in, I was like, oh, he might have ace king, but I have to call this. I didn't have to hit it though.
And then he does spike a queen. So finally, Senator, are we
Where
going
you
to see
want-
more of you in the poker world moving forward?
Look, I would love it. It is. I've played since I was a kid. It's a great game. There's nothing like it.
Great having you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you. Thank you for being here.
And I'm glad we're helping a bunch of really good charities.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you.
Lied about every hand and it messed me up. Until I watched the video later. Okay, by the way, no one is rooting for me in this room.
That's accurate.
No one is rooting for me that's washing this telegram. Even my biggest fans are rooting for you.
Yes,
So you have that going for you.
that's true. That's true.
However, I'm pretty tough.
I'm scared. 40?
I don't think there was a beat between those two.
Yeah. I'm scared. 40,000.
Well, I wasn't scared on that hand.
Heads up
Actually
between
thought-
Phil
actually thought
Hellmuth
this
and
might come
Alexandra
down to
Botez, Poker Boy and
Ted and
Chess
I.
Girl, for $20,000
Now-
in charity
Didn't have
money.
to knock him out
10,000
like that,
going
you
to
know?
second.
Well,
if I
Senator
hadn't
Cruz is going to hang out, and he got
thrown my damn chips
5,000
in on the second
for his
player.
third place finish.
Dumb because
yeah,
I knew
yeah,
I was
yeah.
beat and did it anyway.
Oh,
Which,
yeah.
Yeah, that one.
It was dumb.
Yep. Well, dumb's a strong
He had a
word.
chance.
That's a strong word. As it turned out, it didn't look good, but I'm going to just call.
Call.
I had her with an overpair, but not trips.
Yeah, it was kind of staggering that she actually had the,
2 diamonds, 2 deuces, and a jack. Hellmuth with ace high. Limped in on the button.
40.
And Botez showing off that she understands how to try to pick up pots and do some bluffing.
Dan Smith told me aggression works.
And she gets through the ace high.
aggression
Nice bet.
works.
Thank
Apparently Dan Smith was right.
They say when you moving all in works until you finally get called.
Just never call it. We'll be fine. Come on. Do it
Yeah.
for the fans. We already lost
No,
Jimmy.
no,
Sorry,
no, no,
Beast
no.
early.
There's like at least 3%. 3% of the crowd's rooting for me, and I have to
Yeah.
give them a good show. I know my wife's around here somewhere. She's rooting for him. Well, she might not even be rooting for me against you.
Just 8. Oh,
And you've got Stanford on the other side, so that's.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm used to online where everything's done automatically.
I'll bet you. By the way, your wife is awesome.
Thank you.
I'll bet you that. I wonder if your wife had straight A's.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
She's.
My
course.
wife had straight A's. Your wife had straight A's. Our chess, who I lovingly call Chess Girl, has straight A's.
What did you have?
I dropped out.
What about high school?
I had no, unfortunately, I had ADHD. Well, we used to
Okay.
call it ADHD, right?
Yeah.
No, we used to call it ADD. Now it's called ADHD. Definitely had that, and that works against you when you're younger, I think. But a lot of CEOs have it, so I think it helps later.
Some chess players have it. It actually, they're able to focus during the games.
Yeah, that guy that played you, the one guy, when I saw you were playing that guy who was a master. I
Oh.
saw the video. It seemed like he had ADD. He was a
Oh, maybe. 40.
40.
40,000.
Botez
My
leads
go-to.
right out with the open ender and a snap call from Hellmuth.
Okay, here we go.
He makes jacks and 8s on the turn as Botez makes the straight.
Check.
You check. 85.
85,000.
All in?
Call.
If I call. Call.
I have jacks and eights.
Botez check raises Hellmuth all in,
Oh,
and
yeah,
the
that's
cooler
great.
is on.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Wow.
No.
Nice hand. All right, so I only have 2 jacks and I only have 4 wins in the deck. Oh, or you're gonna have a massive chip lead here.
Oh, come on, please.
I don't mind losing this, I really don't. It'd be good for the show. And fair and square, with one of these weird cooler hands.
Yeah, yeah. No, you had to. You had to.
Yeah, I know, I was
Yeah.
like, yes.
Yeah.
When you moved in, I'm like, woohoo, I win. I was thinking, I don't know what she has, but she can't be jacks and eights.
River card is the queen, and
Right,
the 4-outer
you are.
doesn't come in for Phil Hellmuth as Alexandra Botez takes a massive chip lead and leaves
all
him with
this
under
have been
10
really
big blinds.
Get it up with a higher
These
straight.
are fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm glad.
What
An exclamation
What an
mark.
ugly card for me, a jack. Oh.
I'm just gonna pass them to you.
On the other hand, can I really complain when I took a ace queen against
No,
ace
no,
queen? So
The karma
not
goes
over yet.
around.
Wow.
No, I know. Don't worry.
okay. Just reminding you.
Thanks, Coach.
Looks like
This tea is so good.
279.
What sort of tea is it?
Green tea.
Well, Phil Hellmuth holding it together after getting coolered there against Botez, and don't look now, but Chess Girl has got a massive chip lead over the Poker Brat. 34 big blinds and 690,000 against Phil, who's got 185K and is in real dire straits with the blinds going to 10 and 20,000. Good news is both of them are guaranteed at least 10,000 to a charity of their choice, but Botez poised to pick up the 20 ball. How will things play out from here? We'll find out right after this. Welcome back to Poker After Dark, where our sit and go is now heads up. And Jeff Platt spoke earlier with our chip leader, Alexandra Botez.
I want to get the cliche question out of the way. So what skills would you say transfer from chess to poker?
Well, from my personal experience, it's probably too soon to say since I was
right.
mostly playing socially, now getting more into the competitive scene. But from what I've seen, there's a lot of overlap between poker and chess. A lot of chess players go into poker, and a lot of poker players like playing chess casually. So there's definitely some kind of strategy and competitiveness that goes really well in both games or sports, however you want to call them.
And you briefly touched on it, but how have you gotten into poker over these last couple years?
Yeah, so I actually learned how to play poker the same way I learned to play chess, which was from my dad. My dad taught me how to play when I was pretty young, I think 10 years old or so, and I would play head-to-head with my dad, and sometimes he'd be playing online with work friends, and he'd have to go, and he'd let me play, and they didn't know. And then the playing style would change, and I remember one time I won a tournament for him, and then he told all his coworkers they lost his 12-year-old girl, and he was just so proud. But then I only played socially, you know, with work friends or just regular friends. And recently, I've been playing in some of the WSP poker events, like the head-to-head and a cash game actually earlier this week.
2 5,000 chips, and I'll give you 75. So
Okay.
60, 75.
Yep.
All right.
20 and 20?
20 and
Yeah,
20.
yeah, 10, 20, 20.
Wow.
That
Okay.
adds up fast.
I mean, I really thought the match was over. I'm like,
had a great
I
hand.
just made jacks and eights. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! I was dancing. That's poker.
I should have seen your hand and been like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Let you get the adrenaline.
That's the one.
Okay, well, it's like the line Doyle said, I can't beat that.
Yeah, that was so good.
That was well delivered.
Yeah.
Or what you do is the slow roll.
The slow roll,
Yeah. You'd be like, oh my God, you have jacks and eights. What a hand. And then I apologize, and you're like, well, you win, but I have this.
Yeah. But
Just a straight-
it's considered rude, right?
It is. It's considered rude. It's more of a.
Okay.
But it's old school rude. A lot of the new school guys. All right, let's go. Can you finish the deal?
All right, has she won yet?
Not yet.
She won a big hand.
Oh my gosh, what did I miss?
Straight against two pair.
All in.
Dude.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, it came 8-9 deuce. She bet 40. I called in a jack. I made jacks and eights. I was dancing.
All I'm hearing is
like, it's
she's
over.
better at poker, basically?
What you're hearing is she made a straight.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Oh, so she caught the straight I missed. Dang.
She
Botez
got
with
to do
an
it after
ace
she
on
hit
the
it,
button.
So she had the straight.
50,000.
Makes it
Probably the better way
50K to
of going
go.
about it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, she got it in with. I mean, it was very cold for me, but
Helmuth defends with the queen 9, not the flop he was looking for, as Botez promptly hits an ace. And he's down to just
40.
40,000.
6 or 5 bigs, rather.
Good
C-bet
bet.
takes it down.
Thank you. It's the lucky seat, you know? You shift.
That's
you
true.
shift
I
over
did. I
there.
did. That's right. That was a lucky seat. I agree with that. Yeah. Yeah, that seat has not basically lost a hand.
And I hope it won't.
You know, that it's so funny. I'll be in line somewhere, like ordering a Starbucks, or the line's way too long, and I go, and there's always somebody that jumps up.
Yeah, exactly.
Who said that?
No,
You?
it spooks me a little too.
And I'm like, me.
Oh yeah, one more, sorry.
So I don't know if I missed this part, but what charities are you guys donating to if you win?
We can't talk about the names. We can talk about what they do.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's a school in Houston for kids with developmental disabilities, and so that's one. It is a scholarship organization that gives scholarships to low-income kids to go to private schools, parochial schools, the school of their choice.
That's cool.
And then it is a camp that helps veterans deal with PTSD
Yeah.
and gives them
All great causes.
therapies.
So
and-
my sister developmentally disabled, so she's in Special Olympics, and she's here this trip. And so it was always fun for me. I'd go down and I'd host Eva Longoria's event, which
Helmuth
is
gets no
basically
action with the suited ace.
near you, I think. Developmentally disabled. That's my sister. She's great. She finished college.
That's
so she's quite functional and
Quite functional.
that's great.
The last of Mr. Beast's chips, the last of Doyle Brunson's chips, and then the last of Senator Cruz's chips. We're down to heads up. Poker After Dark is brought to you by Roman. Simple, straightforward, the way healthcare should be. Visit GetRoman.com to learn more. Manscaped. Don't gamble with your grooming tools. Visit Manscaped.com today for the best in men's grooming. And Poker Go. Get in the game at PokerGo.com.
I just toured this week the factory in Dallas for the blind people that are manufacturing all sorts of things for the federal government and for the state, including vests and all sorts of equipment. It's amazing the work they do. They're doing careful, people totally blind doing careful stitching, and they've got machines, high industrial sewing machines. They do a phenomenal job. Do a lot of stuff for the military.
30,000.
It's incredible.
Botez flops top pair as
It
Helmuth
was
tries to
nice.
take a stab on the heels of limping in.
60?
60,000.
Things not going well for him.
Damn it.
I'll show you just so you feel better.
Wow, that was a really nice check because it got me bluffing off my money with Jack High. No draw.
I
think I will tell you this: if you win this hand, well, let's see if you play or not.
Yeah, we'll see if it.
I'm going to predict if you play and win this hand, it's over. The only heads-up match I lost, I was playing Nick Wright, the Fox 1 commentator, and we were playing at the end of one of these, and he beat me, which then caused him to challenge me for $50,000.
What's your favorite
I won
charity?
The one I run.
Yeah, that's fair. That makes sense. What about before? How would you decide which charity?
Probably St. Jude's.
St.
My sister had leukemia, so
Ooh.
yeah.
St. Jude
She's
does-
fine now.
They
but-
do
So
incredible
she,
work.
Yeah.
how old was she when she went through
Like 2 or 3.
Oh,
It was
wow.
it was pretty brutal.
They saved her?
Yeah, she can't go in the sun because she got a blood transplant. Long story, but she's good. But
you
yeah,
remember it
any
when she
kids
had
with
it?
cancer, just no. Like that just shouldn't be a
Yeah,
thing.
no, it's horrific.
Yeah, exactly. So
Thank you.
So I've raised a lot of money I've raised over maybe $12 million for the Philadelphia Children's Hospital.
geez.
Did a bunch of poker events for them.
Now, is there a particular
I've
connection to
raised
Philadelphia?
I've raised $66 million for charity events that I've emceed.
I need you to help me raise money for our charity. I need to learn from you a little bit.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, charity poker tournaments passed golf around 5 years ago as the #1 way to
Really?
raise money. Yeah,
Interesting.
Wow.
And people just buy in with
45?
substantial dollars, and everything goes to the.
Yeah, so I do
how
one
it
for the
works.
Warriors. It's $10,000 bind, but all the players play. So everybody shows up and it's 10K buy-ins and 10K rebuys, and people go a little bit crazy, and we pick up $2 million in one night.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Phil, you better
and I
either
have the
pick up a
mic
hand
on
or get all of your plugs out of the way right now.
I have a
last
San
purple
Francisco
chip.
hand, 49ers.
Gets in there with 9-4 offsuit,
Wow, you
and
have me
he shares a
dominated.
9, which is really bad
Good
news for
Lord.
him.
You're about a 2.5 to 1 favorite right now.
2.5. Well, we
Yeah,
saw what
great
happened
shot.
last time. You got
Yeah, that's true.
Doesn't always work.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I'm in the 4 business.
Yeah, I know.
If a jack comes, it's already over, so yeah.
Let's go.
I can still call you chess girl, right?
Of course.
You beat me?
That's forever.
Okay.
I mean, she might be poker girl after.
Yeah, I gotta say, she might have a new name.
Okay, now for me, like the 3 of diamonds is interesting because it gives me a straight and a flush draw.
Right.
In poker, we kind of root for, although you're just rooting for an offsuit jack to end it. Don't be
Wouldn't-
greedy.
wouldn't be
Well in
upset.
front of 9
Don't
high.
be greedy. Okay, with 1 card to come.
Oh my God.
This is what I do.
What are the percentages now?
What's your percentage?
I have 3 outs. He has 41 outs.
All right.
Wow.
GG.
Is this
Thanks,
Poker
Travis.
Boy's last stand, and will
see.
Chess Girl
Well,
emerge
sometimes
victorious?
it rolls off.
She will.
All right.
Good game.
There you go.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thanks for playing.
Thank you.
Wow. Awesome job.
Yes, thanks. A lot of fun.
Jack high holds, and Alexandra Botez is your
The victor.
Poker After Dark charity free roll champ.
I'm gonna look at the 3 and decide which one to go from it because it's one of the 3 that they.
Oh, gotcha. You don't.
Okay.
I really like scholarships because I've always really been interested in just giving.
Poker
people
girl,
names.
Stanford girl,
Thank you so
chess
much.
champion.
It was a pleasure.
Well done. Beat me fair and square.
Thank you, Poker Boy.
You're welcome. Poker boy, that's good.
I'm glad I flew out just
Fair.
to lose one hand.
I mean,
it was
Mr.
fun.
Mr. Beast, you lasted 2 hands, by the way, so congratulations.
Well,
And as we draw the curtain, we know that fun was had by one and all, including Mr. Beast, who lasted only 2 hands but stuck around, as did Graham Stephan. Bill Brunson and Clay Travis weren't there for the finale, but Senator Ted Cruz. A podium finish, $5,000 going to the charity of his choice. Then Helmuth gets 10 and Alexandra Botez 20,000 as we send it back down to Jeff Platt.
Well, Alexandra, congratulations. Going to get to you in one quick second. Phil, Chess Girl gotcha. What'd you think of Alexandra's game?
Wait, I lost?
You did lose. Finish. Oh, boy.
Not again. He already did this once at chess.
Never mind.
Okay. No tantrum.
Okay, no tantrum.
Okay. How about thoughts on the way she played?
Played really, really well for a beginner. Had good patience, made good bets. She was coached a little bit, and she made a lot of really good moves. Also, Ted played really, really well too. But I was more expecting it because he's been playing for years. But yeah, no, I mean, hats off and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Can I throw a chair? No.
No,
One more
no
time.
chair throwing. Phil, you've been on Poker After Dark almost 50 times by now. Was
Chess
this?
Girl's like, I want you to rage. That's
I
what
really
You wanted
do.
that. You really wanted
I
that
really
temper
do.
tantrum.
Yeah, it's okay though. It's
Keep
okay.
watching Poker go, and you'll get plenty of them.
Oh, I will.
Is this some of the most fun that you've had on this show?
Yeah, this might have been the most fun I've ever had. I mean, sometimes when you win like 200,000 or 300,000 on a show, that's really nice, right? And fun, and I've done that a couple times in the studio. But this was the most fun I've had. I mean, like, it was really fun. Senator Ted Cruz was who I thought he was. Reasonable, disciplined, super nice guy. Chess Girl was amazing, She's been fun. She's been, beating the crap out of me all day, which I love. And then, the other players, everybody was just handled themselves really well, and it was fun.
Alexandra,
And we have Mr. Beast. My God,
My
Yes.
God.
the biggest like
For all of one hand.
Yeah.
My nieces and nephews lined up to take pictures with him,
Wow.
well, you should tell him you killed my dreams. It's all your fault.
and I killed his dreams. But he
Absolutely
put the
crushed
money
him.
in with the 7-8.
True.
That's true. That's true. Alexandra, your first time on Poker After Dark.
What's
you
her
show
name?
up and you
What's
win
her
a
name?
tournament. Chess Girl, as you would say.
Yes, there we go.
Alexandra, as we would say. What was
Yeah.
this experience like for you?
It was so much fun, and not just because I won, but also because the company was really good. It was a good cause. The studio is super nice. I had a great time.
Does this inspire you to play more poker? What's your future like in this game over the next couple years?
I don't think anyone who's ever won a poker game has said they don't want to play more poker after, but I know that the swings come and go. But I have been having a lot of fun, so I hope to play more.
All right, congratulations. We hope to see more of you in the future. We know we will see more of you in the future. Ali, let us send it back to you.
Well, thanks, Jeff. It was a wild tournament that saw big-name professionals get ousted. Successful amateurs prove they are bona fide. And the real winners in the end were the charities. Until next time, I'm Ali Najad saying good night from Las Vegas.